Infernium is a new, non-linear first-person adventure horror from indie developer Carlos Coronado. The tutorial comprised of 2 single platforms. Infernium expects you to figure out its world and mysteries all on your own. Movement is centered around a short teleport ability referred to as dash using ZR. Interact with checkpoints, switches, magic gates, and collect energy orbs using the R button. Some of the aforementioned switches open doors which allow you to access areas quicker should you need to backtrack or quickly make your way back to an area after dying. Aside from typical analog and camera movement, there is no jump button, so the dash is how Infernium expects you to traverse its 17 interconnected levels of hell, which lays the groundwork for some clever platforming. It's implied from the first playable screen that this ability can be upgraded, allowing for dashing longer distances. In fact, you'll need an upgrade to return to the beginning of the game in order to reach later areas. And this is Infernium's greatest strength, its slight Metroid approach to level design. Each area is interconnected with multiple others, allowing you to backtrack once you've received a certain upgrade or power to reach new lands. You gain more powers throughout your playthrough by completing certain tasks, but the early game has you using dash and planning escape routes from the otherworldly enemies encounters. From early impressions, there doesn't appear to be a wide range of enemies. However, you die upon contact, so you'll probably be too busy trying to plan an immediate escape route when presented with danger. A decent job was done of alerting you to an encounter, as noted by a terrifying sound and blemishes of red on the screen in the general direction of the threat, but only when you're in very close proximity, so it pays to be super mindful when turning corners throughout Infernium's many claustrophobia-inducing corridors, very similar to Pac-Man. The enemies are admittedly minimalist in design, but I never thought I'd have my heart racing from being chased by a floating robe, yet here we are. Some of the enemies aren't even visible, so you'll need to pay close attention to visual and audio cues. Speaking of audio, there isn't much in the way of music aside from environmental ambience, but seeing that you need to use your audio and visual senses, this may have been a design choice allowing the feedback sounds to take center stage. An interesting touch is how Infernium presents navigation. I didn't realize I was even looking at a map, instead just some background props. But I later reached another area with a similar prop, only to notice a difference in the scribbles. Should you take the time to decipher these maps, the game's navigation may be less taxing. But what's the fun in that? Let's go ham! There's little to no HUD to speak of, save for little things such as a glowing nail on your right index finger. Filling up the nails on your finger is a matter of collecting the energy orbs, finitely arranged all over the game's world. Again, like Pac-Man. You'll come across magical gates, which these same nails, as well as gates with multiple nails and other symbols, so collecting orbs becomes paramount to progress. Be careful though, as I said, the orbs are finite, so you must remain cognizant of which orbs to collect and when. Dying comes from either falling too far, falling in water, or coming in contact with a foe, and sends you to purgatory, where each time you die, you lose one of your 25 lives the game starts you with. Yeah, 25 lives. They're represented by the large orbs found in purgatory. Don't worry, you can collect the smaller energy orbs and use a nail on wells sparsely littered about Infernium's realms to gain back up to 25 lives. Dying leaves behind a special orb which you can return to and collect any energy you may have previously harvested. This is super handy when you've collected a lot of energy and don't want to see it wasted, considering the game's energy orbs don't appear to respawn. Infernium's story is told through scrawlings you'll find on the walls, floors, and other surfaces, which tell a tale of others who may have perished in this very realm. In later levels, you'll have to plan your escape from enemy chases before stopping to read some of them. There is also a photo mode you can access pressing the minus button, although I didn't fiddle with it too much just yet. All told, Infernium is a well-crafted experience so far, especially impressive coming from a one-man developer. The only issue I seemed to have was with precision. You can increase analog sensitivity up to 150%, which allows for turning much more quickly, but this doesn't help with aiming. You'll need precision aiming to reach certain platforms, and I just couldn't for the life of me get the reticule to stop where I needed it to at times. Carlos Coronado has expressed interest in adding gyro support at a later time, so hopefully that will alleviate this minor complaint should that ever come to light. Lastly, there appears to be some sort of Twitch integration allowing users in chat to vote on real-time events to occur in stream. I didn't get to try this out, but it does give reason for streamers and viewers to come back for repeated playthroughs. If you're looking for a unique horror platforming experience on Switch, give Infernium a snowball's chance.
Bro.